Let's learn about this. This comes from NBC News. Some student loan payments skyrocket as millions of income-based payment plans.
Overwhelming sense of uncertainty looming over Hannah Contreras' future.
This has made a permanent lump in my throat.
Her monthly federal student loan payments skyrocketing.
My student loan payment has gone up $905
every month. While it might sound like something a loan shark would do, doubling or tripling payments without notice, it's actually because of a dramatic change at the Department of Education. Not from staffing cuts, not even DOGE, but a broad interpretation of a court order. Some student loan repayment plans based on income are suddenly halted, affecting 13 million borrowers, according to the National Consumer Law Center. It's all in response to ongoing litigation over what the Biden administration called the Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE plan, where monthly payments are based on income and family size, an attractive option for millions of graduates just getting started.
Borrowers who've made the required number of payments in the SAVE plan would normally be eligible to have their remaining balance canceled.
Last year, several conservative-leaning states challenged the plan, saying it would require spending up to $475 billion not authorized by Congress. And a recent temporary order by the Eighth Circuit Court in Missouri broadened the scope of the case to some other income-based plans, too.
In response to the court order, the Department of Education, without any explanation, simply pulled down all of the applications for the income-driven repayment plans.
We reached out to the Department of Education for comment, but have yet to hear back. On the website, it says applications are temporarily unavailable due to the court's injunction. Consumer law experts like Abby Safroth say the DOE is going further than it needs to.
It could keep allowing borrowers to apply for and to stay in the other plans.
Now Contreras, with her monthly payments soaring and no increase in salary, is trying to figure out what's next.
I did everything I was supposed to so that I could be in the desk I'm in right now. And yet I may have been better off doing something different.
She's a mother of two with a master's degree. Today, she's working as a therapist in a community mental health clinic in Oregon. She says it's important work, but it doesn't come with a large paycheck.
I can pay the loans. I never said I couldn't pay them. I just said I need to be able to do it in the ways we were told when we were 18 that we would be able to.
Contreras and many more looking for clarity as their options seem narrower than ever.
Right there. Here you hear it, folks. Again, I try to speak on things that maybe resonate with you, the viewers, well, too. Us millennials, Gen Z, maybe even people a little bit older. These pesky student loans, folks. You saw the lady here say that her payment increased upwards of $950. So take whatever she was paying before. I don't know what she was paying before and add an extra $950. And she, too, was under the impression that go to school, as we all were. Go to school, man. You're going to get a good job, so you'll be able to pay off your student loans. That's what she was told. That's what we were all told. The greatest scam, honest to God, you gotta clap. You gotta clap. There's a few scams. There's a few American scams that we've sold as, again, I spoke on the American dream as well, too. The American dream. Go take out that loan for your house, for the mortgage, 6-figure house, your house got to be this, and the other. Oh, go to school. Take out that student loan. You don't want to be a dropout, don't you? You want to have a college degree, don't you? Social shame. They try to guilt us with social shame for not wanting to go to school. Take out the student loan. Just take it out. Just take it out. You'll get a job. Now you see people out here increasing student loans, struggling to find work. This is the narrative of a lot of us right now in this world. It's a scam. Shout out to my sister. They got us good. They got me good, but I think this is the one time I'm not mad to say I'm a dropout. I cut my losses early. There used to be this stigma of calling yourself a dropout. Oh, you're a dropout? It's just like, yeah, you have to say it with your head held down. Like, yeah, I dropped out, bro. Like, yeah. Me now, like, off of this, like, I can, like, yeah, man, I dropped out. And I've only had to take maybe $25,000 in damage. Cut my losses short. I know multiple people with 6-figure student loan debt that are scratching their heads right now to figure out how to make that payment. So yeah, cut my losses, man. I'm going another way. I'll take my $25,000 loss, bro. Still, till this day. And I think, as a matter of fact, I got an email as well, too. What was it, Mohila? They sent me an email as well, too. As a matter of fact, they sent me an email. I don't even know what it was, but I see my balance. The only email I'm looking to see from Mohila is the email that tells me my debts have been cleared. If the email not telling me that, I don't want to hear nothing. Luckily for me, I think I've forgotten what repayment plan that I am. I'm in some payment plan where I don't have to pay anything. I'm grateful. But again, man, y'all are going to get the bread when I get the job that you promised me I was going to have when I completed the program. You keep up your end of the deal, we'll keep up our end of the deal. You told me, you left us all under the impression that if we went to school for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, we were surely to get a job to pay off the student loan. But y'all ain't holding up y'all end of the deal. Department of Education or US or whoever you want to blame, whoever we can point the finger at, y'all are not holding up y'all end of the bargain. I was under the impression that when I took out these hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loans, that you guys assured me a job was going to be waiting for me at the finish line. So many people were under the impression that a high-paying job was going to be waiting for them at the finish line when they walked across that stage. Lo and behold, they pulled the rug from under your feet and said, oh, about that, we said you might get a job. We said you might get a job when you walk across that stage and get that degree. We ain't say that. That was a fine print. That must have been the fine print, huh? Y'all were so bold and you ridiculed us with social shame. How dare you not go to school, huh? What are you doing after high school? I remember the shame. They try to make you senior year year in high school. You're not going to college? People start, huh? You're not going to college? Huh? You're not going to school? Huh? You're a dropout? Huh? Yeah, man. And I was able to make it out with only taking $25,000 in damage. Maybe 30. I think $25,000, $30,000 in student loan damage. That's still sitting there. And I call myself lucky. But we're not even talking about the people who have mortgages. Shout out to them, man. They got us good. There's a few scams that they got us good with in this country, and student loans and college and all of that was one of them. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of higher education. Go to school if it makes sense. The moral of the story, folks, and let this be a lesson to you if you're watching this lady's story and the stories of a lot of other millennials out here in the world, let that be a lesson to you, man. Don't let societal pressures trick you into taking out thousands of dollars in debt. That's what I learned. That's the moral of the story for me. Of course, you see the headline here again. Student loan repayments skyrocket as the Department of Education halts millions of income-based payment plans. Scary out here, folks. On top of the segment we just spoke about before about saying, hey, you found a side hustle? We're going to need some of that as well, too. Look at the two stories we just spoke on. The previous video before this, we spoke about how the IRS is saying, hey, you found a side hustle for yourself because you didn't get a job or you got laid off, in case you find a side hustle for yourself. You're making more than $600 from your side hustle. We need some of that as well, too. The next video I find is also saying, hey, student loan debt. We told you that, yeah, you go to school, you're going to get a job so you can pay back your student loan. Oh, you didn't get one? Hey, we're going to need that bread as well, too. Ladies, student loan jumped $950 more. She's just trying to make ends meet. How do we make it? How do you make it in this world, bro? How do you make it in this world when the system itself is trying to squish you for everything you got? America, man, I never talk too bad about America because, of course, I was born here. I'm living in America now. I'm grateful. I do know, yes, in some other parts of the world, we're doing a lot better than other places. But the tricks in which they pull for us here against its own people, it's a little bit ruthless, if you ask me. It's a little bit ruthless, man. So shout out to the people, myself included, man. I still have student loan debt that sits amongst my shout out to the good folks over at Mohila. I got an email from them as well, too. They sent me something, but the email didn't say, congrats, your debt has been wiped free, so I didn't bother to look into it. To be completely honest, that's just me. That's the only email I'm trying to hear from Mohila. Congratulations, your student loan debt has been taken care of. If the email don't say that, y'all are going to get the bread when I get the bread. When I get the bread, you get the bread. Help me help you. Help me help you. When I get the bread, you get the bread. If I don't get the bread, y'all not getting y'all bread anytime soon. That's just me. Nonetheless, what else we got, folks?